Starting with politics, and we are taking you to Anambra, southeast Nigeria. The state chapter of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, screening committee has cleared its candidates in the November 6, 2021 governorship election, Valentine Ozigbo, for the party 2023 senatorial primary election. According to reports by the five-man screening committee, Uche Ekwenife and Stella Oduah, both serving senators, were also cleared. Other aspirants cleared for the primary are Chris Uba, Tony Nwoye, John Emeka, and Obinna Uzo, with Chuma Nzeribe, the only aspirant disqualified from the lists of 9. Jide, what's so spectacular about this Anambra senatorial district election?
The Anambra, in Anambra State, the PDP always does well in the national elections. But when it comes to House of Assembly and the governorship election, it is Abga. It is Abga or nothing. Now, what you will see, and that happens every election year, is a situation in which politicians defect from other parties to the PDP because they believe that the PDP
That's the vehicle.
has a stronger national platform in that state. They have a history of winning the national elections, dominating national elections in that state. They will win the presidential election, they will win the House of Reps and the Senate. That's in Anambra every electoral cycle. So we've seen the former Minister of Aviation,
Who was
Stella Oduah, move from APC because she's the senator, representing her constituency currently. She wants to return.
so quietly.
She had defected to the APC for reasons best known to her. Some people said maybe so that she could be left alone and all that. All this politics. Now, sensing that the APC will not win in that state, after she defected, she has now gone to the PDP because that represents a much stronger. That was the day she defected.
She defected. And it was just recent.
Just a matter of months.
Buni.
That's why we keep saying this idea of defecting. We have to find a way to banish this nonsense from our political landscape. It's just too much. Now, in the same Anambra State, you have Senator Ifeanyi Uba is of the YPP.
Yes.
He is on ground.
Yes.
He's strong.
Winning his own senatorial district with that party.
He's strong.
Something that is remarkable.
The only thing that may work against him now is the issue of zoning, because people feel that Nnewi and Agwata, they've had
no fair share.
Yes, that it should be the turn of Ihiala this time around. So maybe that could work against.
Is Uba back? Is Uba back to the PDP now, or is still a YPP senator?
No, he's still in YPP.
Okay.
I'm saying that he's on ground. He's popular. He's strong. But we don't know whether this zoning that is being talked about could affect him, given that Nnewi, where he comes from, and Agwata, they've had their fair share of representing the that particular zone. So maybe it's going to have issues. Then Chris Uba, remember Chris Uba?
Andy Uba.
Yes, Chris Uba is also in the senatorial race for PDP South, representing. I mean, he wants to come out for PDP South. Stella Oduah will be coming out from Anambra North. So Chuma Nzeribe was the person who was disqualified because he was said to have jumped bail. The party said that he did not even did not come clean to the party, and then it was discovered that he had jumped bail, which is not something. I mean, it does not dignify anybody to join.
Affect the party.
So he has been disqualified. But we still have Valentine Ozigbo.
Yes.
Is from Aguata.
He put up a good show in the last governorship
Yes,
election.
he's in the race. And then the ever-present Uche Ekunife. She's also
Strong woman.
grassroots woman. She's contesting. So it's always interesting, the national elections in Anambra. I like the nature of the politics in that state, because when it comes to the domestic contest, we all know it's very predictable that Abga will dominate things. But when it comes to the national Assembly presidential, it's always the PDP that does well.
Mayor, looking at this dynamic, this is quite spectacular, because I don't quite understand why Senator Stella Oduah, that during the day that she joined APC in the full glare and everything, less than some months. And
the reason is simple. PDP, Anambra used to be a PDP state. It was Ojukwu's influence that was able to switch it to APGA. So PDP is on ground in Anambra State. And Anambra State has this problem of godfathers. You know, there are political gladiators, each one very strong in his own geopolitical zone. And they seem to have a lot of warlords, in quotes, here and there. So it's easy for them. A lot of billionaires. Yes, it's easy for them to be able to win senatorial election. APGA, because of the Ojukwu factor, have more grassroots support. But by the time you extend from the immediate community to the senatorial zone, the PDP have that influence, because, like I said, they have a lot of warlords who are in every place. Stella Oduah, why Stella Oduah left initially was the EFCC problem. You know, she had this issue about when she was Minister of Aviation, and she still had those cases. So I presume that she must have left to APC to be able to have maybe like a cover. But election is coming now. There is need for her to look for that vehicle that will make her realize her dream. And starts a better chance.
Can't realize it through that APC.
Yeah, that's what she believes. She believes that maybe APC will not be able to, because APC is the real party.
In the Southeast, no.
But APC is not very strong in the Southeast. That is the reality. APC is not very strong in the Southeast.
They are not strong, sir.
But you see, but PDP is going to be very interesting, because a lot of heavyweights are there. You know, if you know Chuma, why Chuma used to be the strong man. You know, during the first time of when Igege was governor, and Chris Uba and others were those who put him there. Remember when they locked him up in a toilet and all that? Chuma was like the Adedibu of Anambra politics then. You know, tough guy that used to, Mr. Fix-It, that used to do a lot of things, but he was also involved in different things outside politics. So he has always had issues of police and court and all that. So I know that no party will want right now to put Chuma in front to contest for them. So it's going to be very interesting in that primary, because a lot of them are warlords, and there is usually a lot of violence when they do their primaries. A lot of violence.
Jide, the month of May is going to be a decision month for APC and PDP and all political parties. And the way we are going to have this in succession is this same month we have the House of Assembly election, primary election, the House of Representative primary election across all political parties, and the Senate, governorship, and it will now culminate to the presidential primary. So it's a very, very interesting month.
Yes, it's a very pivotal month for the parties. If they get their primaries right, then the course will be clear for them in the election. If the primaries are characterized by so much rancor, so much bad blood, violence and all that, it would affect them in the election, because a divided house going into an election is certain to lose. So they know that they must find a way to conduct those primaries in a manner that leaves everyone happy, or at least leaves an overwhelming majority of the people happy, since it's impossible to please everybody. So now the issue of zoning is what the two parties have to grapple with, both in the PDP and in the APC. Is a serious emotive issue as we speak. Because when you look at a state like Enugu, the former Deputy Senate President is bent on contesting.
Yeah.
But he's been told that, look, this
It's
issue
not
of
the turn
zoning.
your,
No, they are saying no, this time it
Ekweremadu.
has to go elsewhere. Whether Ekweremadu will agree or not, nobody knows. Whether the governor will eventually take things easy along with other party members and allow zoning to be sidetracked in favor of Ekweremadu, no one knows. But they know that they must get it right. Otherwise, it will hurt their party. So we are waiting to see what will happen in the month of October. I mean, May. It's a very, very pivotal month for the APC and for the PDP.
Now,